I'm just gonna film this entire video at a Dutch angle. I'm gonna change the color of the screen. I'm gonna make it something wacky. It's gonna be like tinted green. I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning, came downstairs and ended up in a battle with a house centipede. That's sort of like the headspace I'm inhabiting right now. I've got a salad spinner behind me for some reason. Hang on. This is a notebook I have been filling with, I've been copying over notes from my other notebooks. I have a big backlog of notebooks that are filled with just crap, and I've been slowly sort of taking the good stuff out of those, putting them in here, so I have a notebook full of just what I would consider good ideas, things I want to do or make, or like little pieces of things that could go in like a book or a movie or whatever. I made a whole video about it that I guess I'll try and remember to link in the description. Anyways, I've been copying over these ideas. I've been putting them from one to the other. And there's a bunch of shit, like bad ideas that I get rid of, and there's a bunch of good ones that I keep. And then there's these sort of ideas that they're bad. They're not functional in that I'm either not going to make them because it's too complicated. I don't know what I was thinking, what I was talking about, or they're just like not like a good idea. But I can't bear to let go of them. They're bouncing around in my head. I'm like, it's such a weird statement, or it's such a funny idea. I can't like just let it go without using them. So my solution, my way of using them, is I'm just gonna give them to you, to the internet. I'm gonna read through some ideas. I went through my notebook, picked out some of these ideas that I couldn't bear to get rid of, but I also know I will never make. And I'm checking them off the list by just telling them to you, the internet. And you out there online could make one of these things if you wanted. You could do it. You could be the person, and I would have no recourse, because I'm saying it now. I don't care if you steal these ideas, because they're bad ideas. So one of the first things in one of the first notebooks I wrote, and this was in like a numbered list, I think. It just says, accidentally win Nobel Prize by just dicking around. Now, I don't know if that was like an idea for a thing that would be funny to put in a book or movie, a character doing this, or if I was like, I should do that. Joe, you should do that. I got write an essay on the differences between Bruce and Evan Almighty. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what I was thinking. I must have watched Evan Almighty for some reason, or Bruce Almighty, and just had the thought like, oh, there's some sort of like big difference, but I don't remember these movies hardly at all, and I don't think I like particularly like them. Just insane, no idea what's going on there. 20-time Olympic gold winner Paddlepan Jones. Now, I remember I think I know what the basis for this is I watched some sort of thing where they were talking about Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer, and how he like has like a sort of like genetically perfect body for swimming. He's like, not just that he trains hard and, you know, does all that stuff, which I'm sure he does, but that he's like built for it. And I just thought the idea of like sort of extrapolating that out to the biggest thing, I just, you know, picturing a guy with hands like out to here, just like was very funny to me at the time. In quotations, I'm kind of the Eddie Van Halen of cremation. No explanation needed. This is a thing that I thought would be fun to do, to start doing in my regular life, is claim to be the guy who came up with the hero's journey, and then when people ask about John Campbell, respond, you mean the soup guy? I wrote that as a note for myself to do. Write a prequel to Stranger Things called Strange Things, which is a good joke. And then write a sequel to Stranger Things called Golly, Those Things Still Are Strange. I had one here that was just me asking myself, why is everything you write so miserable? Consider doing a happy one now and again. I can tell you why everything I wrote was so miserable. It's because I was kind of miserable. Write a story about a gardener and a taxidermist falling in love. I think that that's just sounds very sweet to me. But I don't know what I was thinking about. I don't have an idea for that in my head, but if someone writes that book, I will buy and read it. A character in a sitcom thinks Harvard is a fictional place, like Atlantis, and slowly convinces the other characters of this. I think that that's like a good joke for a sitcom, and I just don't have like an interest in trying to write a sitcom. So if you're writing a sitcom and you use that joke in it, then you do owe me money, but not like that much. Like just shoot me 100, and we'll call it even. And then a shot-for-shot remake of The Sixth Sense, but Bruce Willis is wearing a sheet with 2 eye holes over his head. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling that movie for you. He's a ghost the whole time. That's the joke. I do think that that is a very funny idea. And I understand that I could probably use stuff to like make like a trailer that looked like it, but I don't think that that's as funny as like getting a real set of people and actually going through and doing it. I think that's my whole list. I might reorder those so that something funnier comes at the end. I don't know. But I'm just getting these ideas out of my head. This is sort of, there's better stuff in this notebook. I promise there's better stuff in this notebook. But I'm not gonna read that to you. Because that's for me. That's for me to make. That's for my joy, my happiness. Listen, I think that's the end of the video. Stay safe out there.